In this list we've got O-U-G-H making one of its 6 sounds. So in these words it's making the O sound, so you've got though and although. Then we've got eon, million, so you can highlight that, companion and onion. So in onion we're getting a schwat sound with that I. We're not going onion, we're going onion, so it's very much a schwat sound at the end of that. And at the end of these ones we've got the U-R-E, picture, nature, capture, creature and adventure. And once again we often give that a schwat sound at the end as well, a grunt sound. So let's go back and look at what these words mean. So though is a conjunction, and it can also draw differences between things. Although is despite the fact. A million is 1,000 thousands, it's a number, a very big number. A companion is a friend or an associate. An onion is a vegetable that grows underground. It's a bulbous vegetable and we can eat them. We put them in lots of food. A picture is a photograph or a visual or mental image of something. And there's a saying that says a picture is worth 1,000 words because it tells you so much more information than 1,000 words can tell you. Nature is the basic characteristics of something or the qualities of something. Capture is to catch something. A creature is an animal or a beast, and an adventure is an experience that includes a little bit of risk. So once you've highlighted these words, we want you to read them, sound them or syllabify them, then spell them, cover them, write them and check them. In today's list we've got the O-U-G-H for the O sound, the I-O-N on the end of million, companion and onion. Our O words are though and although. Picture, nature, capture, creature and adventure all end with U-R-E. We discussed their meanings and their makeup yesterday. Now let's look at what you have to do today. Read and fill the gap with a list word, so using those words to fill in the spaces in these sentences to make them correct. Write the list word that means, so these are on word definitions, so find the correct word from above. Rewrite the list word and then link it to its meaning, so simply rewrite nature there and then draw a line to its correct meaning. Circle the correct option to complete the statement. Though and although are conjunctions that are used to show similarities or differences. You can discuss that and decide which one is correct, and then use each word, though and although, in a sentence. Complete the expression, something is worth 1,000 words. And that's quite a common saying, so you should get that one quite easily. In this list we've got the O-U-G making the long O sound, so we've got though, although, then we've got the eon as in middle, eon, companion, eon and onion, so you've got the I-O-N on the end of those words. Then in the final line we've got the U-R-E on the end of picture, nature, capture, creature and adventure. So 3 tricky ones there for you to work on today. So don't forget to go through and write the words underneath. Now the other thing that you need to be aware of too is that you've got that TH here coming through. You should know that quite easily by now. But do remember when you add all to as a prefix to a word, you're only putting one L in there. Companion, that's quite easy. Onion is a really tricky one because you're hearing like a Y in there for the onion, so just be aware of how it is spelled. Okay, let's go down to here. Combine with the list word. You've got to find one of these words that go with book and one that goes with rings. Plural forms, these are really easy plurals for you to finish off. So rewrite the base word and the noun and then add the plural form at the end. Write a word that has a long O sound using the letters given. For example, O-U-G-H says the long O sound in though. O consonant E says a long O sound in stone. You've got to find another word, not stone, a different word to stone, to finish off this O consonant E1 here. There's lots of them. OE, there's not many, it's only about 4 words for you to choose from there, so just be careful. OW, this is usually at the end of a word, and OA is usually in the middle of a word. Can be at the start of a couple of words, but it's never at the end of a word, so that might help you in your selection. Now then, in the bottom part, we have to add the extension to the list word and write a sentence to show its meaning. So if you add ing to picture, then you know you're going to have to take away that E before we add the ing. So E goes away when ing comes to stay, is the common saying that we use. Now full, once again, you're only going to use one L, so you're dropping an L when you add full to a word. Same with all, if you're using that as an affix, then you're going to drop one L and etc. So you'll have to work out what the form of these words are so that you can use them correctly in a sentence. You're going to have to work out if they are forming with the affix added, if they're forming a noun, a verb, an adverb or an adjective, and use it appropriately in the sentence that you create. Today's day 4 is on modal verbs. So modal verbs scale the verb from a possibility to a necessity. So it ranges from may right up to must. It shows the degree to which something is probable or possible. So you might have may, might, could, should, would, will, must. So they have a different intensity. So choose the most appropriate modal verb and fill in the gap. So the choices are underneath for each one. You something, wear a seatbelt when travelling in a car. You might, you may, you must. So of course it would be must, so you highlight that and then write the modal verb into the sentence. So you can finish those on your own. Then use the number before the sentences above to order them from the least to the most certain. That is the lowest to the highest modality. So these numbers here will be put into order from the lowest to the highest modality. Use modal verbs to write a sentence with the level of modality given. So you've got high modality, the most likely to happen, to medium to low. Then turn the order into a polite question by using modal verbs. So something helped me pick up my toys. So you've got to think about what those 2 modal verbs need to be to make that a polite question or ask for assistance.